The 1776 to 1976 United States Bicentennial Quarter stands as one of the most widely recognized and symbolically rich coins ever produced by the U.S. Mint, commemorating 2 centuries since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Unlike regular quarters, which feature only a single date of issue, this coin bears the dual date, 1776 to 1976, to mark the 200th anniversary of the founding of the nation. It forms part of a larger set of bicentennial coinage that included special designs for the quarter, half dollar, and dollar, all struck between 1975 and 1976 to honor America's long journey from 13 colonies to a powerful democratic republic. The coin's obverse, or front side, retains the traditional portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, a design originally created by John Flanagan in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. Above his head appears the word liberty, a reminder of the ideal for which the American Revolution was fought, while to his left are the words, "In God We Trust," a national motto officially adopted in 1956 but deeply rooted in the nation's early consciousness. Surrounding the bust of Washington is the inscription, United States of America at the top and quarter dollar at the bottom, confirming both the issuing nation and denomination. What distinguishes the Bicentennial Quarter from all other Washington quarters, however, is its reverse back design, created through a national public design competition held by the U.S. Mint in 1973. Thousands of artists submitted entries, and the winning design was created by Jack L. Ahr, an engraver from Arlington Heights, Illinois. His design features a Revolutionary War-era colonial drummer standing proudly with a military drum slung across his body, symbolizing the citizen soldiers and patriots who helped win independence from Britain. Behind the drummer's right shoulder, a victory torch encircled by 13 stars represents the original 13 colonies. Above the drummer are the words United States of America, and beneath the torch, in fine script, the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many one. This phrase, which first appeared on U.S. coinage in the late 18th century, captures the essence of the American Union, the coming together of diverse states and peoples to form one nation. The date 1776 to 1976 appears prominently at the bottom of the coin's obverse, replacing the usual single-year date. This dual-dated format was unprecedented at the time and remains unique to the Bicentennial series. The Bicentennial Quarter was struck in enormous quantities at both the Philadelphia No-Mint Mark and Denver D. Mints, with additional proof and special collector's issues made at the San Francisco Mint S. In total, more than 1.6 billion Bicentennial Quarters were minted for circulation, making them one of the most common commemorative coins in U.S. history. This massive production reflected the nationwide enthusiasm for the bicentennial celebrations of 1976, which were accompanied by parades, reenactments, and patriotic ceremonies across all 50 states. The coin was officially released to the public in 1975, though it bears number 1975 date, only the dual 1776 to 1976 inscription, since all quarters produced during that 2-year period carried the bicentennial design. The standard circulation coins were made of copper-nickel-clad composition, an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, identical in size and weight to regular quarters, 24.26 millimeters in diameter and 5.67 grams in weight, with a reeded edge. In addition to these, special 40% silver versions were struck at the San Francisco Mint for inclusion in collector sets. These silver-clad coins, with their brilliant finish and slightly heavier weight, are prized among numismatists for their beauty and their lower mintages compared to the circulation strikes. The symbolism of the drummer design is deeply connected to American ideals. Drummers played a crucial role in colonial and Revolutionary War armies, setting marching cadence, signaling battle maneuvers, and lifting morale. The image evokes not the generals or politicians, but the ordinary citizen soldier, reflecting the democratic spirit of the revolution, the idea that freedom was won not by elites but by common people united in purpose. The torch, with 13 stars, reinforces this sense of unity and shared destiny. Each of the 13 stars represents one of the original colonies, from New Hampshire to Georgia, whose delegates signed the Declaration of Independence in 1776. The torch itself, a symbol of enlightenment and liberty since ancient times, evokes both the guiding flame of freedom and the eternal vigilance required to preserve it. Together, these elements transform the coin into a miniature work of art, commemorating not just a date, but a set of ideals: liberty, unity, courage, and faith in self-governance. The next top. The Connecticut State Quarter, issued in 1999, is part of the United States Mint's highly celebrated 50 State Quarters program, which began that same year and continued through 2008. This particular coin honors the state of Connecticut, which entered the Union in 1788, as inscribed on the reverse side. The coin's obverse front features the standard portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan and first used on the quarter in 1932 to commemorate the bicentennial of Washington's birth. The inscriptions include United States of America across the top, Liberty to the left, In God We Trust on the right, and $quarter along the bottom. The mint mark D below Washington's portrait indicates that this particular coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities of the U.S. Mint. The reverse back design of the 1999 Connecticut Quarter is one of the most visually striking and historically meaningful in the series. It depicts the legendary Charter Oak, a massive and ancient white oak tree that stood in Hartford, Connecticut, until it fell during a storm in 1856. The tree is deeply intertwined with Connecticut's colonial history. According to tradition, in 1687, when King James II attempted to revoke the colony's charter and place it under royal control, the colonists hid the physical charter document inside the hollow of this very tree to prevent its confiscation by the king's representative, Sir Edmund Andros. Thus, the charter oak came to symbolize the spirit of American independence, defiance, and self-governance, values that would later shape the Revolutionary era. The reverse design was created by artist T. James Farrell, an engraver for the United States Mint, whose initials JF can be seen subtly engraved on the design. Surrounding the oak are inscriptions that read Connecticut across the top, the Charter Oak below the tree, and 1788. At the lower left, the year Connecticut ratified the U.S. Constitution. Below the tree's roots lies the phrase E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, the long-standing motto of the United States that reflects the unity of diverse states under one federal system. The date, 1999, appears at the bottom center, marking the year of issue. The Connecticut Quarter was the fifth coin released in the State Quarter series, following Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Georgia. It was issued for general circulation on October 12, 1999, and was also available in uncirculated and proof versions for collectors. Each quarter in the series was released in the order that its corresponding state joined the Union, making Connecticut's coin number 5, as it was the fifth state to ratify the Constitution. The composition of the coin is the standard clad type used in modern quarters, an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a core of pure copper, giving the coin its characteristic silver-like appearance and durability. It weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and features a reeded, grooved edge. Minted in both Philadelphia, P, and Denver, D, as well as in special San Francisco, S, proof versions, the Connecticut Quarter had a total mintage exceeding 1.3 billion coins, with about 688 million struck at Denver. Despite the high production numbers, coins in pristine, uncirculated, or proof condition can carry collectible value, especially those graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. While most circulated examples remain worth only their face value of 25 cents, particularly fine or rare error coins, such as those with off-center strikes, double dies, or missing cladding, can be worth several dollars to hundreds of dollars, depending on condition and rarity. Collectors have long admired the Connecticut Quarter for its intricate design. The fine detailing of the Charter Oak's branches creates a sense of depth and artistry rarely achieved on such a small coin surface. This design also stands out symbolically among all 50 state quarters because it does not depict a building, person, or manufactured symbol, but rather a natural and historic landmark that embodies both the geographical identity and the political heritage of the state. The emphasis on the tree, a living, organic symbol of strength and endurance, reflects Connecticut's nickname, the Constitution State, and its role in early American governance. The phrase, "In God We Trust," appearing on the obverse, has been part of U.S. coinage since the Civil War era, officially mandated for inclusion on all coins by 1956, and continues to express the national motto. Similarly, E pluribus unum ties the coin to the country's founding ideals. The word liberty, long a fixture on American coinage, further reinforces the philosophical themes present in both the imagery and text of the coin. Together, these inscriptions and the charter oak imagery make the 1999 Connecticut Quarter a small but powerful artifact of next top. The 2017 United States quarter dollar featuring Ellis Island represents one of the issues in the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a 12-year initiative launched by the United States Mint in 2010 and concluding in 2021. This program succeeded the popular 50-state quarter series, 1999 to 2008, and the follow-up DC and U.S. Territories Quarters, 2009. Its purpose was to honor significant national parks, monuments, and historic sites in each state, territory, and the District of Columbia. The Ellis Island Statue of Liberty National Monument, Quarter, issued in 2017, commemorates one of the most important historical sites in both New Jersey and the United States as a whole, the gateway through which millions of immigrants entered America in pursuit of new opportunities and freedom. The obverse front of the coin carries the classic portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. This portrait has been used on the quarter since 1932 and was originally designed by John Flanagan, based on a bust sculpted by Jean-Antoine Houdon in 1786. The inscriptions on the obverse read, "United States of America" along the upper rim, "Liberty" to the left of Washington's neck, and the national motto, "In God We Trust" to the right. Below Washington's chin appears the denomination quarter dollar. The small p mint mark below the motto identifies that this coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the primary facilities of the U.S. Mint. The letter P had not been used on circulating Philadelphia quarters for much of the 20th century, but returned with consistency in the modern era of the America the Beautiful series. Turning to the reverse back, the design of the 2017 New Jersey Quarter captures a deeply emotional and symbolic scene from the early 20th century, a family of immigrants just arriving at Ellis Island, standing before the majestic Great Hall, the main building of the island's immigration station. The artwork portrays a father holding his young son while the mother stands beside them, gazing forward with hope and uncertainty, a powerful image representing the American immigrant experience. The reverse was designed by Barbara Fox, an artist from the U.S. Mint's Artistic Infusion program, and sculpted by Phoebe Hemphill, a veteran sculptor-engraver at the Mint. Around the edge, inscriptions read Ellis Island across the top, New Jersey below it, and E pluribus unum, out of many one, near the lower rim, along with the year of issue, 2017. The imagery holds tremendous historical significance. Ellis Island, located in New York Harbor, opened as the nation's primary federal immigration station in 1892 and processed more than 12 million immigrants over the next 6 decades. For millions, it was the first step onto American soil, symbolizing the promise of freedom, democracy, and opportunity. The depicted family on the coin represents all the diverse groups, Europeans, Asians, and others, who arrived during the great waves of immigration in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The building shown on the coin still stands today as part of the Statue of Liberty National Monument, which includes both the Statue of Liberty on Liberty Island and the Ellis Island Immigration Museum on Ellis Island. The coin's inclusion of E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, perfectly matches the historical theme. This motto, adopted by Congress in 1782 and present on nearly all U.S. coins, reflects the unity of diverse peoples under a single nation. On the Ellis Island Quarter, It emphasizes how millions of individuals from different lands and languages came together to form the cultural and social fabric of the United States. Similarly, In God We Trust and Liberty, appearing on the obverse, reinforce the moral and ideological foundations of the American Republic. The America the Beautiful Quarters program was structured so that 5 designs were released each year, each depicting a different national site. The Ellis Island Quarter was the 4th release of 2017 and the 39th design overall in the 56 coin series. It followed the Effigy Mounds, Iowa, Frederick Douglass, District of Columbia, and Ozark Riverways, Missouri, quarters and preceded the George Rogers Clark, Indiana, issue. The coin was officially released into circulation on August 28, 2017, and a ceremonial launch took place at Ellis Island National Museum of Immigration, attended by Mint officials, park rangers, and descendants of immigrants. In terms of technical specifications, the coin follows the modern U.S. quarter standard, a clad composition of copper and nickel, outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a weight of 5.67 grams, and a reeded edge. It was minted in 3 primary facilities: Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. The Philadelphia Mint alone produced hundreds of millions of these coins for circulation, while the Denver next top. The United States of America quarter dollar, dated 2003 with a P mint mark, is a fascinating piece of modern American coinage that represents both the nation's history and its evolving artistry. This coin belongs to the 50-state quarters program, one of the most ambitious and successful coin series ever launched by the United States Mint, running from 1999 through 2008, during which 5 new state designs were issued each year in the order that the states entered the Union. The 2003 quarters represented Illinois, Alabama, Maine, Missouri, and Arkansas, each showcasing the unique heritage and cultural pride of its respective state. The obverse front of your 2003 quarter features the enduring portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, designed by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932 to commemorate Washington's 200th birthday. Though the original design dates back to the early 20th century, it has been slightly modified over the years to fit modern minting technology, yet it retains its classical dignity and symbolism. Above Washington's head appears the word liberty, the foundational principle upon which the American Republic was built, reminding citizens of the sacrifices made in the Revolutionary War to gain independence and self-governance. To the left of Washington's profile, in carefully engraved capital letters, is the phrase, "In God We Trust," which became the official national motto of the United States in 1956 and has appeared on most U.S. coinage since the Civil War era. This motto signifies the spiritual foundation upon which many Americans believe the country was built, while also reflecting the unity of faith that guides the nation's democratic values. Beneath the bust of Washington appears the year 2003 and the mint mark P, indicating that this particular quarter was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the main production facilities of the United States Mint, founded in 1792. The Philadelphia Mint is historically important because it was the first official mint in the nation, established under the direction of President Washington and Secretary of the Treasury Alexander Hamilton. The letter P on your coin identifies its birthplace and distinguishes it from quarters struck at the Denver Mint, D, or San Francisco Mint, S. The reverse, back, of each 2003 quarter features a different design depending on the state it commemorates, but all include the Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. This ancient motto expresses the idea that the United States is made up of many states, people, and cultures united into a single nation. The motto was adopted for U.S. coinage in 1795 and has appeared on nearly every American coin since, symbolizing harmony among diversity. The design of the reverse side differs by state. For example, the Illinois quarter depicts young Abraham Lincoln with a farm scene, the Chicago skyline, and the words "Land of Lincoln," symbolizing both rural and urban progress. The Alabama quarter honors Helen Keller, the famed advocate for the blind and deaf, seated and reading her name written in Braille, marking the first time Braille appeared on a U.S. coin. The main quarter shows the Pemaquid Point Lighthouse and a majestic schooner, celebrating the state's maritime heritage and coastal beauty. The Missouri Quarter portrays the explorers Lewis and Clark returning down the Missouri River with the words Corps of Discovery 1804 to 2004, a nod to the bicentennial of their historic expedition. Finally, the Arkansas Quarter combines a diamond, rice stalks, and a mallard duck, representing the state's agricultural wealth, wildlife, and its status as the only state where diamonds are mined in the U.S. All these designs are framed with the inscriptions United States of America, quarter dollar, e pluribus unum, and the respective state name and date of statehood. In terms of composition, the 2003 quarter is made of a copper-nickel-clad alloy, a pure copper core sandwiched between two outer layers of a nickel-copper mix, giving it a silvery shine. Its total composition is 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. It weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.26 millimeters in diameter, and has a reeded edge with 119 tiny grooves. The reeded edge was originally a safeguard against coin clipping when U.S. coins were made of precious metals like silver, but it remains a traditional feature even in modern coins. The minting process at the Philadelphia Mint involves precise steps. Blank metal discs, called planchets, are punched from large sheets of alloy, annealed, heat-treated, washed, dried, and then struck by dies at a pressure of several tons to imprint both the obverse and reverse designs sharply into the metal. Each coin passes through automated inspection systems to ensure consistent quality, though minor variations and striking errors can still occur, and such errors often become highly collectible. For instance, an off-center strike, a double,